we've officially started. But yeah, office hours. Ask me any questions you guys have. It can be about business. Wow, this fox just decided to fucking DI. But the whole shtick with the Smash is like I usually play this like 45 minutes a day maybe, or like an hour a day, I don't know. Something not too crazy because I don't like it when games take over my life. I get very obsessed with stuff that I enjoy doing, so one of the things with games is like I haven't really played any new games in a long time because I don't want to get sucked in. But I did dust off the old Switch. Oh fuck. I did dust off the Switch, make sure it works. So next time I can do some stream with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That was a good shine back air. I feel like it's kind of risky to do it when it's Fox. Because with Fox, you can get burned on the Firefox. But essentially, what I like to do is just like practice tech skill with Falco. I don't really queue up anymore because, like, I don't know. Maybe I should. I kind of want to play again. And I do pay every month. Just to make sure that the developers are getting supported. Yeah, way more fun with platforms than just going flat. I always wonder, like, how many people still play this game besides the people in the Melee community. I feel like a lot of us who grew up in the early 2000s, like, GameCube was a huge part of our life, you know? GameCube, Xbox, quite revolutionary. It's like lagging way less today. I wonder if it's because I actually restarted my computer. It's weird, like when you do like an aerial on the platform and it hits, you don't like fall, you don't fall down. So you just kind of like stay there. I don't know why it happens. Oh, the controller is cooperating today, and there's no lag. So this feels pretty good. It's kind of wild how much difference it makes. Alright. Everything seems to be good. Yeah, I don't know how some people stream every freaking day. It's pretty crazy. Like, you don't have a private life. But for me, streaming is a great way to just, like, keep my conversation going out loud. Oh, that's lame. When did I switch to Fox? I don't even remember switching to Fox. So with Fox, because he's so fast, you can, like, slide off the stage, like, doing a shine. Like that. Which is, I don't know. I don't know if it's actually useful, but pretty fun to do. My fingers got stuck. Like, I wonder if I played rank, where I would be at right now. Probably, like, hopefully at least the lowest gold, or the highest silver. When I was playing rank, I didn't make it to gold, so I'm not that garbage. Because this game is, like, pretty freaking hard. I've been playing it forever, and I still feel like I'm not that good at it. So it's unfortunate, but I just come to accept that. And what's been helping me a ton is like the custom GameCube controllers. Like, I can't play on a traditional GameCube controller anymore. I have like a custom one. Shout out to Zoo. Oh, that was good. Landed on Rando. The cloud's name is Randall. I don't know why, but that's his name, or her name. Randall. And Randall makes things weird, because sometimes they pop up at the weirdest fucking times, and like, let's say you're trying to do like a fast fall something off the edge, and then you clip the cloud, you basically, like, it fucks up your momentum, or you land on it, and yeah, you kind of die basically. It's very easy to die in this game. Like, it's extremely easy to die in this game, which is why I like it, because it's extremely fast-paced, and you can do a lot of cool stuff. Like, all the tech in this game is what makes it super fun to play. It's not just about... it is about winning, but it's also about winning with some swagoo. I wonder if people, you guys who don't follow me, see this and you're like, what is this guy doing? Is this guy any good at Smash? The answer is no. I'm like, alright, I'm like very like average, you know? Very average, casual player vibes. Like, I like going to the tournaments, it's fun, but I haven't gone to one in a while. It's expensive, like just to travel and book everything, and then you're gonna be out, you're gonna be drinking. Everything just kind of adds up real quick. It is not a cheap trip. And it sucks because like the game is so grassroots that like it doesn't have any money. So for a lot of people going, like, even if you're really good at this game, you don't get paid anything. It sucks. I am liking this camera setup though. The 35 is perfect, even though I think a wide angle might be a little bit better, but at the same time this one's 1.8 aperture, so what I didn't realize is that Marth's back here turns him around, so you can do like a lot of cool shit with it. If it wasn't for Zane, I don't think I'd be watching Marth, or even probably playing Marth. But I don't know. I don't think I can actually play against a person using Marth. Like, I have zero experience. But he is fun to play, especially when you're tired. And it's so interesting to go from a character that just dies like from one missed aerial to like you can do a bunch of moves and not die. It's fucking crazy. Whoa. Did I just do a... Is this an edge? What the hell? Well, that's crazy. This little ledge is like a... Oh, so you can like ledge cancel. You can ledge cancel that. What the hell? That's crazy. Hold on. I missed. It is hard to edge cancel with that one, but when you get it, looks like you're just sliding around. It's really fucking dope. It is not that easy to hit. Just you like really pull on the control stick. That stick box. Super Smash Bros. Melee. This is not a Melee stream, it's a Q&A session. That starts with the Melee while I wait for people to come. But this kind of reminds me of office hours in college where like the TAs will be waiting forever, there's no one in there. And then the last like fucking 5 minutes everyone starts coming in. Oh damn. Oh, that would have been crazy. Like, that's crazy how much space you can take. Oh. Didn't mean to kill this guy, Fox. It took me a while to understand like shining out of, or wave shining and like dashing out of shine. There's like ways you have to put your control stick so you don't get stuck in shine. But that took so many years of playing before I realized it. Like for example, if you shine, you gotta keep the stick in the middle before you move again, or else you get stuck in shine. Like, or if you get hit by a fucking laser, you get stuck in shine. What the hell is that? I got stuck. I got stuck. I should just do 99 stock. I don't know why I just do 4 stock for this. Oh shit. Like, how the fuck do you grab that? I'm dead. In Ultimate, you would have just grabbed the edge right there. I don't know, this game, like, even if you don't play anyone, it's fun to just practice. Like, it's hard to explain it, but it's just, like, really satisfying to get the movement down. So, that's why I don't mind just playing this way. It is all for the fun and the love of the game. For the last, like, couple of weeks, I've been contemplating on a new lens kit for my Canon, because I'm going on a trip soon, so I want to make sure that I have a good pair to shoot with. And I love the 34 or 14 to 35 that I had, but the problem is like the f4 don't get the nice like bokeh. The 2.8 really makes a big difference, so I did switch to a 2.8 and I will be getting it soon. eBay is like the best place to get used lenses, like I swear. I also sold my lens on eBay, so it was like an extremely fast transaction, which I don't know how it happened so fast. Like, it was literally like I listed it up and then within 4 hours someone bought it. So maybe the price was good, maybe someone really wanted it, or I don't know. Does not matter to me. All that matters is that they bought it, and hopefully it's all legit when they get it. Like, they don't say it was broken or whatever. Thankfully I've never had that happen to me. The only issues I've had with customers is like post office loses it, or no, not post office, building loses it, or someone steals the package and then it says delivered, so you're kind of like, oh great, it got delivered. Turns out it's gone. Like, I'm dealing with that right now actually with one of my, you know what, I need to take care of that right now, or maybe after the stream. But essentially I have like a locker, like a parcel locker thing here in the building, and I got a notification, went downstairs, opened the locker, there's nothing inside. So I was like, alright, that's weird. And then I opened the other locker, it has the other package that I ordered, so I was like, alright, that's good. I don't see the other package anywhere else. So I'm just like, what the fuck's happening? Like, why is there a parcel with no package inside? Doesn't make any sense. And then I file a thing with the service that provides it, and they say contact your courier, and then the fucking courier, I was talking to them, what do they say? They say, oh yeah, we called you and you didn't respond, so the case is closed. And I'm like, dude, you called from like an unknown number and you didn't leave a voicemail. How was I supposed to know that was you guys? Like, give me a break. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why am I getting faulted for that? So anyway, I was like waiting for a whole week regarding this transfers. Like, that's even the worst part. It's like, it's not even like anything valuable to anyone else except for me, because it's literally my neck labels, like my neck label files that were printed. And this happened before with UPS. It's the only fucking service that has lost my package after saying delivered. So if someone's jacking shit in this building, it's really whack because, well, you're gonna steal my neck labels, and then what are you gonna do with it? Like, it just goes into the trash. Or they probably just take it and then they, I don't know. Yeah, they just toss it, right? Like what else do you do? Oh, here's a bunch of neck labels that I can't use. And the first time it was like 24 hats. And these hats are expensive. They're like $8 from Decky. So I was pissed because I have to replace it for my customer. So yeah, that was annoying. But alright, done with Melee. Done with Melee, we'll do the stream. We'll do the actual stream. But welcome to those who are here. The one person that's here, hell yeah. The one person, that's all it takes, is one person watching. But these office hours are for you. I just want to make myself available for an hour because I used to get a lot of questions. Obviously, I don't really post as much anymore, so that's probably why I'm gonna turn this down. But yeah, I probably don't post as much anymore, so my visibility is not as high. The one person, that's all? Yeah. So it's okay. I'm just here. I'm live. If you're here, welcome. If you're not here, it's all good. You can watch it afterwards. But essentially, this section is for people to ask me questions about running a clothing brand. What blanks do I like? How is it like running a brand? Like, you know, all the things that have to do with this ecosystem of running a business, running a clothing brand. And that's about it. So if you're a random person coming through, this might pique your interest. Make sure you follow my channel. I make a lot of videos on educational content, like how to press a shirt, why you should do certain things, and it's always the topics that are more abstract and open-ended are the ones that I need you to pay attention to, because that's where I drop the true gems compared to like, here's how you heat press a shirt. Like, anyone can heat press a shirt. It's extremely easy. It's easy, but it gets a lot of views, so it helps the channel grow. So it's like I mix that in with the more conceptual things to make sure that people are getting both, because it's important that you get both. But I did get some samples from, or no, I shouldn't say a sample. I just ordered some transfers from Stalls. This is their Goof Proof Plus. So we got a new, I did an outline version of the design in Billionaire's house. And they gave me a sample sheet, which is cool, because I never received this from any other brand. But yeah, I'm excited because I want to press this in a bit. And I do want to set up a camera that can, or maybe not a camera, I do want to set up a long extension cable that can record the setup so that I can do like a live actual working session here. I don't know how interesting that will be to watch, but yeah, I do want to press this. I don't think they pressed this twice because it looks a little shiny. But what I was sold on the ink was that I really like the way it feels. Like, it's really smooth and there's no edges, which is important to me. They go up to 12.5 width, which is good. I prefer a little bit wider, like 12.6, 12.7 is ideal, but this is good enough for me. So I'm gonna press this later. Probably we'll put it on the Instagram or put it on the shorts. Yeah, and we got the front side as well. So, wow, look at that. That HD experience, man. This is that 35 mm f 1.6. No, I'm just kidding. 1.8. It's on 2.2 right now though. But yeah, that looks extremely clean. So we're gonna be pressing this later. This is the Goof Proof Plus. Installs this new one, and yeah, I do like it better than their actual old Goof Proof because I didn't like the Goof Proof too much. The only time I like it is on neck labels. So yeah, this is a great improvement. We can just hit some designs, I guess. I don't even know. Sometimes these streams are just kind of like very open-ended, and okay, I got rid of all my client work, obviously, because I don't want I can't show it, and two, I think people will get mad. But this is a tech pack for lane 8. This is like something old. It's from last year. Just kind of go over the basics of a tech pack. So usually client confirms the artwork and the design. So the client, they provided this mock-up. We have our own version of the mock-up, which is like typically this kind of cardboard looking one, cardboard cutout, but it does have nice details. So we have this, and we can change the colors. Oops. depending on how many layers there are in the mockup, sometimes you have to really click down into the layers. But this one, once you're here, you can just change the color. So if you want to see it on a green shirt, there you go. You can change the color of the logo to black. Cool. We want to see it bigger. Okay, make it big on the chest. You know, a lot of different ways to take one design and make it multiple designs. Like, duplicating it is a pretty good technique that I use very often. If I can click on the correct things. And then you're going to see all these alignment tools over here. I typically use the even spacing so that it fixes the nuances. So then I'll group it, Control G, bring it down. And then all of a sudden it's like a whole new design. You can even like compress it down. Maybe put on a slant. Oh, that's crazy. Now it's turning into some weird patterns and shit. Wow. See, sometimes I just get designs from messing around. Like, not saying this is like actually usable, but you get ideas, you know what I mean? Like I like how that shape looks. We're making something out of this. Like, obviously this looks like trash, but if we were to make something, that's kind of like how I would explore out of one design, is like duplicating it. You can like do outlines, change the stroke on it so it's a little bit skinnier. If you hold down Control and do stroke, you can go finer. So you go down by like 0.1 versus if you don't hold down Control, it goes up by 1. So, right, it gets thicker really fast. And then this way, you just go down. We got the neck label for the client. Some guidelines over here. I don't know if the manufacturers read this, because most of the time, like, I put everything up here in the image section. Like, if I wanted to do something that's a little out of the ordinary, like let's say if I wanted this down here, and if it wasn't obvious, like, I would draw a square or a circle around it. So this one, I'll draw a square, make it a rectangle, stroke, turn it red, because red means like, look at this shit. So I'm gonna make it red, like that. And then let's say we want to do like a puff, right? We want this to be puff. Grab an arrow. Puff print. Something like this. That works. You can either do that, or you can like put like, there's a lot of different ones. You can put like A. This pink is throwing me off. So like A. And then in the callouts, you can put like a puff print. Get rid of the arrow. You know, stuff like that. Basically, the tech pack is just kind of like up to you how to make it, because it's how you communicate with your vendor or manufacturer. So if you think it's clear and it gets the point across, and that's all that matters. Like, most of the time, you don't need all this stuff. But at the base level, mock-up and artwork is required. You should put the sizing on it, because sometimes people use mock-ups that don't reflect the actual garment, and it's like very obvious you didn't even think about what the actual garment is. So yeah, make sure that you either call it the garment or you call it the sizing. So yeah, we got trapping in Japan. What else we got going on in the world? I think I saw a video from Heat Press Nation. We could go over that. Heat Press Nation. We got Jared. DTF can't do this.
I love direct-to-film, but I'm never going to get rid of my vinyl cutter. And one of the main reasons is that there's certain effects and finishes that you can get with vinyl that you just can't get with DTF. And you know what? That's okay.
Shout out Jared.
It has its pros and its cons.
I'm like a reaction channel now. See, I don't really post it. Okay. So I want to make sure the audio is good, because I always like flip between having a song, having a video, and not. Okay, let's see. Just make sure the.
But this is going to
Clip
be an
isn't too
HTV video. So in this video, I'm going to show you 4 of my favorite types of vinyl that do things that DTF simply cannot. So first up, we have flocked vinyl. Right there. Flocked HTV.
All right, sorry, Jared. I gotta pause you for a second. Want to make sure that. Okay, this is gonna be an HTV video. He says, the man, the legend, Jared. All right, let's go from the start.
But I'm never going to get rid of my vinyl cutter. And one of the main reasons is that there's certain effects and finishes that you can get with vinyl that you just can't get with DTF.
See, I completely agree.
And you know,
sorry, Jared. I'm gonna. We'll skip ahead. Dude, did you ever pause your videos and like see your own face and you're just like, dude, it's the worst frame that you can ever stop on. So that's why, out of respect, I had to move it 1 frame, Jared. And wow, they got the hat. They got the Heat Press Nation patch up here. So they got some new goodies, probably because of the, what is it called? True Spec hat press. Their new hat press. A little bit different from mine. Pretty similar though. Oops, that is my email. Why did we go to there? Okay, my shortcut did not work for OBS, which is concerning. All right, so if you guys can see back here, that's the Hotronics back there, IQ360. Best hat press for me because I have it. If I didn't have it, I'll probably look into the Heat Press Nation one just because it is cheaper. That one is quite expensive. I think it's like $2,000 now. And I got some wrist workout. Make sure I don't get carpal tunnel. Or what's the other one? I forgot what the other one is, but it's making sure that my forearms, my wrists, everything is stretched out and good. Because when you're designing, there's a lot of mouse clicking. Like I click this so many times when I'm designing, so it helps with like keeping everything strong and relaxed. Something a lot of people don't talk about, but that's like pretty essential. And that is, yeah, the Hotronics. I use it almost every day, every other day, depending on what I'm doing. It's good for neck labels. It's great for patches. It's great for any vinyl. I do all my... Actually, I might be wearing a hat right now. Yeah, this one right here. This is the patch. This patch is from Quality Patches, one of the vendors I met at Impressions a couple years back. But their patches are cheaper than Stahl's, so sometimes I go with them. Quality is good. The application instructions are a little different from the Stahl's ones. Like the Stahl's ones, it says to put it at 320, I think it's 320 bottom platen, and then top 280, and then you got to put this foam on it. So this foam, very important for patches, so you don't smash it or melt it, because you're basically putting the platen straight onto thread. So this helps to spread the heat and make sure that you don't burn anything. So this goes in between, and you're gonna see that they use a similar thing. It's like a silicone, like stretchy thing. So Jared, take us away here.
You know what? That's okay. Every print method has its pros and its cons. But this is going to be an HTV video. So in this video, I'm going to show you 4 of my favorite types of vinyl that do things that DTF simply cannot. So first up, we have flocked vinyl. Right there. Flocked HTV
vinyl. All right. Sorry, guys. My shortcut does not work when I have the Chrome window open, so it's changing the window. It's all good. It's part of life. But yes, vinyl, like people kind of shit on vinyl, but I do think there is a place for it. Like I like using it because I do reflective, brick, flock, like all the things that they're gonna probably cover in this video. I watched this earlier, like really fast. So I don't know what specifically is in it, but I do know that they talk about reflective and flock, and both are amazing options. The brick is amazing. All you need is a vinyl cutter. I have the Cameo 4 Plus, which goes up to 15 inches, aka about, what does that go up to? That goes up to 14. I think the actual like trimmed area is 14.6 or 14.2. It's not a full 15. I know that for sure. Maybe it's 14.8. I haven't tested the max in a while, but essentially it's kind of like a hoop or like a heat press. Like the entire size can't be used because it doesn't reach like edge to edge, right? So you have to account for the little bit of gap. And on the vinyl cutter, I think it's like ½ an inch on each side. So you can still go 14 across, which is pretty wide. And if you think about it, you can actually go unlimited length wise because It's as long as your vinyl sheet is going to be. So if your sheet is 14 inches wide and it's like 20 feet long, you can technically cut like a 20-foot thing. I don't know if Cameo will load the program or like load the artwork without exploding, but it is possible. So vinyl cutters are cool. I do wish I had a better one. The quotes is there because I do think the I don't know why they call it plotters when it's not a vinyl cutter. If you know, let me know in the comments. But the plotters, typically the ones that come like on a stand and all that, those seem to be a lot more like enterprise and industrial versus the cameos, the silhouettes, and what is this called, the Caesar one, the Juliet, Romeo and Juliet, one of them. That one is also more of like a home cutter because it doesn't look like a piece of equipment, which is nice because as you can see back here, like I don't want more and more of things that look like this in my apartment because it makes the place look and feel like a factory, essentially. We don't want it to feel like a factory. I want it to feel like a home. So that is the limit of the amount of presses I have. I do also have an embroidery machine behind it. So this row is just like the factory row right here. But that's why the home cutters are cool because they kind of blend in with your furniture and it's like, oh, you can do arts and crafts with it. But I am downplaying like how good it is because you can make all these things with it. It just doesn't have like the look, you know? So that is the gist on the home cutters. I think it's a great investment to have, and a heat press is also a great investment to have.
Unlike feel, and it's thicker than regular HTV. You're adding a little bit of dimension, a little bit of texture, and you're really like elevating your otherwise normal graphic when you use flocked vinyl. Now,
so that's like a great way to make something that's basic more exciting. So for example, like something like this, right? This design, if I didn't put distress marks on it, if I didn't do like an outline, it would just look like something that I typed out and just like printed out. But with the extra effects and the extra texturing, it turns something that looks pretty basic into, oh, why is my screen not changing? Yeah, so with the effect of distressing it and then also doing an outline, right, it's a little bit more exciting. And then when people see it and they feel it, because people like feeling their designs for some reason, which I get it, I do it too, but you know, it's more interesting than if it was just like plain text. And someone reached out to me and said that they got a shirt that was misregistered on the print, and I was like, that doesn't make sense because it's heat pressed. Even though it's still ink, just to be clear, it is still ink. And this print is meant to be distressed. I think it's more interesting, but they didn't think that. So I was kind of like, that's your opinion. That's fine. Anyway, I gave them some money back because I realized that on that specific product page, I actually didn't have a correct photo representing the product. So that was my fault. That was my bad. So yeah, that's why I gave them a refund, half off or 30% or something like that, which I think is pretty fair because everything else is fine. Like the shirt is Comfort Colors, or no, not Comfort Colors. The shirt is Cotton Collective or LA Apparel. It's one or the other now on my site. They're both good quality blanks. They're expensive. Like they hold up in the wash, blah, blah, blah. Like everything is top tier. So that being said, it's like, yo, my print is done that way because I want it to be that way. It's not a mistake. But yes, adding dimension to boring helps a lot, like flocking it or reflective or whatever else Jared's going to talk about now.
Flocked vinyl has recently been blowing up because of brands like Fear of God, who their Essentials hoodie, if you've ever seen one of those or you...
Yo, this hoodie has 2.5 stars on Urban Outfitters. What is going on? Did they sell this on Urban Outfitters? For the people that don't know, there's like Fear of God Essentials, and then there's like actual Fear of God, which I don't know the difference specifically, like where the tiers change, but I do know that the Essentials line was more so for everyone, and the Fear of God line is more like the elevated higher fashion streetwear folk that is like starting to evolve in their lifespan of buying clothing. So this is just a basic hoodie with text, right? Like this, from a design standpoint, this is very simple to do, but it's all in the execution and the marketing, and they sold it to the right group of people. They got the right audience, so that's why like everyone has one and everyone wants one. But I didn't realize it was $175. Or is that the actual price? Fear of God Essentials hoodie. So they have it on the actual Fear of God site. 150 bucks. Is it because there's no stock? Oh, there is stock. Interesting. 380 GSM core fleece. 80% cotton, 20% polyester. Soft touch logo. So I guess that's what Jared's talking about, is like this is flock. It's hard to tell in the picture. Is there a fast way to scroll down this? No, you gotta scroll. Okay. So this is, I can't tell if it's, it looks more rubbery than like flock, but it might just be like really clean flock where it hasn't been disturbed yet. Because with flock, the second you wash it and the second it goes through like a couple wears, the fibers start coming out of it. This is like very intact and matte. So this might be vinyl or like silicone, not flock, but I can't tell from this picture. It's too dark. So
You have one, you know, it's like a $150 hoodie, and you feel it, and you're like, oh, that has a really nice satin-like feel for the text on that hoodie, but it is flocked vinyl because the only way you can get that texture. Flocked HDV is also really popular because you could use it as a base layer. It is great as a base layer, especially if you want to layer things like glitter on top of something. Yeah, flocked vinyl, killer. All right, number 2, and these are not really in any particular order, but next up we have our dimensional.
wow, the HPN plug. We got the double HPN. Let's go, Jared. Jared's my boys. Like, he's a legend, man.
Vinyl, right? This is Caesar Brick 600, and it's really, really great. Dimensional vinyl is another way to just elevate the look of an otherwise standard, you know, vinyl transfer. Now, this dimensional vinyl, it feels thicker and it feels kind of like rubbery.
The brick is very satisfying to cut and also to weed and also to peel off. So like as an experience of just making stuff with brick, it is like pretty fun. The limitations you're gonna run into is like you can't get too thin because it has to cut through this thick ass like 600 micron. That's a 600, right? 600 micron like silicone material. So it does struggle with really small letters and small details, but overall it comes out good. Like I've done a couple designs in the past. I don't know if I have it here. I have this dresser with a bunch of random vinyl. I don't see it, but I had this techno design that had a black on black aesthetic. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. I'm gonna let the video play while I look for it. But yeah, you can get pretty detailed with it.
I guess is the best way that I could describe the texture. And you know, because you felt it on products from, I know I felt this on things from, especially sportswear from like Nike and Adidas. I've felt these dimensional transfers 100% identical in look and feel to Caesar Brick. I can't say with certainty that's what they're using, but again, this is how you get that effect from your vinyl cutter.
Actually, I want to say one thing about the brick. If you use like a white brick and you put it on athletic wear, it is gonna get dirty and gray and it's gonna not look that great over time. Like I've tested it on some mesh shorts and I ended up ripping it off with some of that solvent that you can take off vinyl with because it just looked dirty and I was like, I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. So that is one thing to keep in mind is like, yeah, it's not gonna come off. Like that's the one thing with a lot of these materials is people are always worried like, oh, it's gonna wash off, it's ironed on. But like, trust me, like a lot of this shit is never gonna come off unless you deliberately try to rip it off or like you put it through the wrong wash settings or, you know, you have to try to take it off essentially. Most of this shit, it ain't coming off. But with the brick, I do know that the white one especially starts to look kind of bad, especially because there's so much contrast on a black garment. So just keep that in mind if you're gonna do it for sportswear.
Now, why do I like this stuff? Well, the added weight and dimension, it just kind of gives it like an extra perceived value. Again, we're kind of elevating an otherwise normal transfer.
So Jared made a good point. We're elevating a normal transfer, and here is the one I was talking about. This is my techno design that I did 2023. Wow. It's almost 3 years ago. So yeah, we did this. This one was really good. Like, people liked it. The reason why I stopped selling it was because I got tired of cutting vinyl. I got tired of weeding. You know, that's just how it goes. And also with the brick, you have to apply it twice. So you have to do it on the top for 20 seconds, and then you gotta flip it and then do that for 20 seconds. So that's the instructions that I've been following for myself. I think the actual one on the directions say 20 and 10, but I do 20/20 and I never had problems. Like nothing's peeled. The closest I got to anything peeling was these the AS Color beach shorts that I did. They're that 100% cotton shorts that are short, but they're great for like summertime. I put brick on that, and that was my first control test, was to see how much I can push that piece until it started falling apart. And yo, the Shinogi, what's up? Yeah, that was the first piece that I did with the brick, and it lasted extremely long. I put it through the wash, I put it through hot water, I put it through heat, I hiked in it, I went to camp with it, I worked out in it, like, you know, I did everything to it, and then finally the corners start to kind of like lift up. But that took like 3 years, and most of the stuff that I've used brick on, that's not, you know, that a normal person would wear, like a shirt that I'm just gonna put through the wash, like I've had zero problems. So that's something to talk about, you know, because I think everyone gets scared when they hear vinyl. You're like, oh, it's gonna peel, but it's because you're watching people with fucking like cricket, or not cricket, what is it called? The little iron hand things. Like those things are not good. Like they're okay for small use cases, but for actual production, like don't use it. Your stuff is not gonna stick. And you can't even use it for like screen print vinyl. So it's not good for me. But yeah, this is the brick, small edges, good cornering. I cut this with the Cameo, so the Cameo is fully capable. It's not just some crappy home cutter.
The one thing you do want to be considerate of is you don't want too much coverage, especially on the chest of a t-shirt. Go ham on your hoodies and sweaters. Those are thicker, but because it is thicker and heavier, you're gonna feel a little bit more heavy on maybe the chest of a t-shirt. So just keep that in mind. And then also what's cool, what we did on this hat is we doubled up, meaning we did 2 layers of Brick 600 on our hat. You can do that on things that are not really gonna be washed regularly. On a t-shirt, we'd probably just stick with 1 layer of brick. We probably wouldn't double up multiple layers. So next on our list is reflective. Oh, perfect. So reflective vinyl is another thing that you can't really do.
They got the Shopify 10,000 back here. I'm aiming for this. Like I'm really close. Well, not really close, but I think within the next 6 months to a year, I think I'll have one of these. So I'm like really excited because I'm not a big person on like metric accomplishments, because they kind of don't mean anything at the end of the day. Like the business doesn't stop because you hit a number. Your business doesn't stop because you hit, you know, 20,000 followers. But I don't know, for me, like that Shopify trophy thingy is like my passage of like, you fucking made this from nothing and you did it. Like, yeah, so I'm like 2,000 away, so hopefully like I can do that by next year. But yeah, I care about that shit more than the YouTube play button. Like obviously it'll be cool to have it. You know, I'm at 3,000 right now, so it's gonna be a long journey to 100K, but I think the Shopify one means more to me because it's like I had to prove that I can do this myself. And that's why I have the channel, and like hopefully people who tune in, like you, Shinogi, thank you for being here. But it's like I do this for people to learn from, and I do this to show that I'm also working on this every day. You know, I'm not like, buy my course, limited time only, fucking invest and blah blah blah. Like that, I never want to be categorized as that, and that's why it was kind of hard for me to find my voice, because I know that the way I speak, the way I present myself, it's not the most captivating, and it's not the most like salesy. You know, it's very like I'm just hanging out with this dude at a table, like while drinking coffee or something. Like that's the vibe I want. I've been trying to create. It's just like it's just very casual. It's like not a professional thing. Like I'm just someone that has information, and if you want to tune in and get the info, like I'm here for you. So. On aprons, I mean, I wouldn't see why it wouldn't work. Like if it's canvas, it should be fine. If it's like nylon, I mean, I've done it on nylon too. It's been okay on nylon. Yeah, I think on aprons, as long as there's no like weird coating on it, like a silicone coating or some shit that's like plastic, I think it should be okay.
Do with DTF. Now, I don't know if we're catching all the
Drive safe,
here, but
bro.
I'll show you a clip of that right now. Reflective vinyl is so cool for so many different reasons. We used it for a cycling t-shirt that we made here, but we've seen it on like running t-shirts from Nike. I want to say I saw a reflective graphic on Old Navy athletic wear, but don't quote me on that. I know I saw it somewhere. But anyways, reflective is great for increasing visibility. So if you have kids, especially we use it a lot during Halloween, like for trick-or-treating, like, yo.
You know, watching him like do the weeding on time lapse, it just makes you realize how much time this shit takes to weed. Kind of sucks. But there are solutions to this. I've talked about this in one of my other videos, but there are companies that do vinyl sheets pre-weeded. So one of the ones that I use is called Willington House. Is that their name? Willington House? Oh shit, that's not what it's called. Wilmington House? No, Wilmington's a place. Willington House? Vinyl? Oh, Wellington House. Alright, I want to shout out Wellington House because they've been doing a good job with my vinyl stuff, but basically I send them my artwork and then they weed it for me. So I use this for my hats because I pressed the reflective onto my run caps. And I used to cut them all and weed it myself. And I said, fuck it, I'm tired. Like, let's get someone else to do it. So Wellington House, I send them my artwork. They put it on a giant sheet. They weed it, and then I get a roll. So if you want to do vinyl and not weed, there are services out there that take care of it for you.
Slap like a cool reflective graphic on there. Now, it's not just fitness. We also find a lot of value in reflective transfers in the construction, safety, and security industries. Again, anywhere where visibility would be helpful, you want to be sure that you pitch that to your customers. Now, last but not least on this non-exhaustive list is
the Puff.
Puff is so cool, and it's super hot right now. I mean, you can go into pretty much any hip kind of mainstream store like H&M.
I'm curious what this Puff is, because the textures on the edges don't look like vinyl. It looks more like a ink. But it could also just be how the camera's capturing the sharpness on the edges.
Cotton On or Urban Outfitters or whatever, you're gonna find a t-shirt or a hoodie with a Puff transfer on it. Now, Puff is cool because it's raised. So again, it's that extra level of dimension and texture. You know, for example, on this crew neck, we're taking a very simple LA graphic, but we're elevating it by adding a Puff texture. Puff is hip, it's cool. Puff is just super popular right now. Now, in mass quantities, you can screen print Puff, but if you're not, again, in that like 50-piece range, you want to check out vinyl. We have Craft Pro Puff vinyl here at Heat Press Nation. We pressed that, I believe, with Caesar Easy Puff. Yeah, so Puff vinyl, super awesome. I'll let you know, it does take a little bit of practice to kind of dial in your settings to get the perfect Puff finish. Once you have that locked in, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and it's consistent. Now, these are just my 4 favorite and probably my 4 most used examples of heat transfer vinyl products that cannot be replicated with direct-to-film. Now, there's a ton more. You got stuff like glow-in-the-dark, holographic, blackboard. I don't even want to go down the list. Tons of really cool products that can also do stuff that DTF can't do. So make sure you head on over to Heat Press Nation, check them out.
Here's some of the Puffs that I did. Oh no, where's the thing? It's a small one. But yeah, when you dial it in, sorry, Jared, when you dial it in, it is nice. Like, it looks super dope. Is this ink? This one is standard ink. Is this? That's normal ink. I guess this one is Puff. But yeah, Puff, all these little things that you do, that's what's gonna make you stand out from other people. And when people are like shopping at your brand, let's say you do a vendor fair thing at a craft show or whatever, right? They're gonna come, they're gonna look at your stuff and be like, oh, this is nice, like this is different, you know, it's not just a sticker. Like, you want people to say stuff like that, because then, you know, you're capturing them as like a fan, or at least like it gives you confidence that what you're doing is correct. And that's kind of sometimes all you need to do is like gather data on what people are saying about what you're doing to get some validation, you know, because at the end of the day, like, you can make as much stuff that you think is cool, but if you don't sell anything, then it's like, that's cool and all, but you're not gonna have a brand or a business if you don't sell anything, right? That's the truth. That's the cold cut truth. But yeah, this is a cool stack that I did. I got normal black plastisol. That was from TKO, and then these were all from Econo pre James Econo, or no, sorry, James was present Econo. Post James Econo is, I don't fuck with that anymore, but I know that he moved over to Atlanta Vinyl, so the technology of the good puff is potentially at Atlanta Vinyl, but I never ordered it, so I can't tell you guys, but I would trust the stuff that James makes because he made some great stuff for Atlanta, or not, sorry, not Atlanta, Econo, with like his R&D. So yeah, that is the gist of Puff and just different transfers and all that. It is pretty cool to see that some people like really explore how deep you can go with the combinations. Like, I don't really care about the combos, but a lot of the crafter people, they like to do the, what is it called, the layering with like flock on top of glitter, and then they would like embroider it at the same time. And I don't know, like some people like that stuff. Like, I think it's too overboard for what I like to make, and it also doesn't match the aesthetic. But
and I'm sure if you look deep enough, you're gonna find something where it's like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. That's awesome. I hope it sparks some creativity, so you can get out there and create something that nobody's ever seen before. Now, please don't get me wrong, I still love DTF. This video is not a dig on DTF. It's more of like, I feel like I'd be a bad friend if I didn't tell you all the cool other things that are out there, especially from a super affordable platform like vinyl cutting. So if you have a heat press, you can get a vinyl cutter for cheap, or if you already have a vinyl cutter, awesome. You definitely got to check out these vinyls. We have them all and more at heatpressnation.com.
all right, heatpressnation.com. We got to hit the plug at the end. But that was a good video. I think it's helpful for them to like put out videos like this, because obviously like they got to sell vinyl and presses, but it's nice to show it, you know, when you just see the rolls. That's the problem with a lot of these like product photos, is like they just have the rolls and the colors, and it's like it doesn't give you the full experience. So I feel like this video is really good for just getting the visual out there. And also, like, that's why people like Brando, you know, Big Brando's videos help me a lot personally, because I wouldn't buy this if I just saw it on the website, but I saw people cutting it, I saw people using it, and I'm like, this shit's really cool. So that's why I also like making the videos, because I'm sure there's people who find my stuff and then they are able to explore their own options. So yes, that is it. That is the Friday vibe. If anyone else has questions, let me know. I know I don't know, it's weird because the first one I did, there was like a healthy stream of people, like at least 6 to 10, and then after the first one we've kind of fallen off. But I don't know, it's all good. It's just a 1 hour thing, and if people are here, you know, I'll answer your questions, and if there's no one here, I'm just gonna find something to talk about, maybe watch some videos on Heat Press Nation, or maybe Big Brando stuff, and just kind of talk about what I think about it, since like all these guys, like, we're in the same ecosystem, and I want to, you know, showcase like where I learned my stuff from. So I'm not the only one making the videos. Like, I know I'm not, you know, and I'm never going to take credit for it like that. It's like I learned from someone else might learn from me, and we keep passing on the information and like that. And, you know, we got a healthy ecosystem. So if there's nothing else, I'm going to sign off for the day, but I hope everyone had a great Friday and a great week. And Shinogi, thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. And anyone else who was here earlier, thank you so much for coming through. And I'll catch you all next week, Thursday. I'll be back on the 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday. So yeah, I'll catch you on the